Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Here we go. Gauranga Nityananda. Gauranga Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Okay. Okay. All right. Welcome, everybody. So let's, we're going to sing a little bit here. Then we'll do some reading. Hey, William, I forgot your devotee name again. If you use it, I'll remember it. Okay. So, Ishan, welcome. Or is it Harry Krishna? All right. Got some new songs today. This is a favorite of many people. I used to like this song. Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda. I'm gonna have to practice these. Gauranga, Nityananda. Gotta straighten out this sound thing here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Let me know if the sound is okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Gauranga Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Gauranga Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Gauranga Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, 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 Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Gauranga Nityananda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay, these are all new ones. We'll just practice together here. Here's another good one I like. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah! Woo! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gaurachandra, 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 Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Gauranga. Oh, yeah. Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, 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 Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga. Lots of cheese. Gauranga Nityananda, Gauranga Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Gauranga Nityananda. It's a long one. All right, let's slow it down a little bit here. Let's try. Let's see. What's this one? Let's try these other backing tracks. All right, what do we got here? We'll slow it down a little bit. There's a little bit too intense. Hare Krishna. Well, that's a kind of a good one, but it's gotta circle back to that one. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Thanks for using.
Okay, it doesn't sound like you guys are liking this. This has got a little devil picture here. Okay. Let's read a little bit here. Read from Srimad Bhagavatam, I think. Read a little pastime. Or actually, I don't know, man. Maybe Bhagavad Gita. Let's see here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let's see. Maybe 10th canto. Chapter 8, Lord Krishna shows the universal form within his mouth. There we go. Shukadev Goswami said, Maharaj Parikshit, the priest of the Yadu dynasty, namely Garga Muni, who was highly elevated in austerity and penance, was then inspired by Vasudev to go and see Nanda Maharaj at his home. When Nanda Maharaj saw Garga Muni present at his home, Nanda was so pleased that he stood up to receive him with folded hands. Although seeing Garga Muni with his eyes, Nanda Maharaj could appreciate that Garga Muni was a dokshaja, that is, he was not an ordinary person seen by material senses. Hmm, that's interesting. Not an ordinary person seen by material senses. Hmm, yeah. When Garga Muni had been properly received as a guest and was comfortably seated, Nanda Maharaj submitted with gentle and submissive words. Dear sir, because you are a devotee, you are full in everything. Yet it is my duty to serve you. Kindly order me, and what can I do for you? Because you're a devotee, I like that. Because you're a devotee, you are full in everything. Isn't that what I've been preaching here? I love it. I just it's exactly what it is. You're you know, you don't have to go really, other than our physical necessities, man. You're full in everything. Everybody, we want intimacy, right? We want intimacy. That's it. So usually you go to another human being to get it. See? But actually, ultimately, as we're really progressing in, I gotta shut this here. We get many of our intimate needs taken care of spiritually. Like just this communion with our source, with God. That's the whole process of Krishna consciousness, is how to connect to our source, and that's where we become full in everything. But to do that, we have to actually have that devotional awakening, which is our natural relationship with God. What people call God. Yeah. So we're full. A devotee is full in everything. They're full in their purification. They get purified just by thinking about the Lord. With intimacy and ecstasy. It's just the ecstatic nature of communing with God. It's just you you're satisfied, fully satisfied in that. You're not hankering externally like, oh, I gotta have this, I gotta have that. You know, Yeah. Devotees are really full in everything. They're satisfied. And that's really nice. And the more progress, I mean, it's not all or nothing. We're all on our way to deeper and deeper satisfaction in our worship of Krishna through chanting and hearing and associating with devotees, reminding us of the supreme absolute truth. I mean, this is so important what we're doing. Um, Otherwise, you're cursed. You're under the curse. You're always outside looking for the something in the modes of nature to find satisfaction in, and it's always blind alleys. Nothing is fully satisfying. You know? So I like that. That's great. Yeah, because you're a devotee and full in everything. I like that. My Lord, oh great devotee. O my Lord, O great devotee, persons like you move from one place to another, not for their own interests, but for the sake of poor hearted grihastas, householders. Otherwise, they have no interest in going from one place to another. O great saintly person, you have compiled the astrological knowledge by which one can understand past, present, and unseen things. By the strength of this knowledge, any human being can understand what he has done in the past, in his past life, and how it affects his present life. This is known to you. I'm going to read something else. Oh, this is not cutting it today here. Let's try something else here. Let's try some Chaitanya Charitamrita. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, Madhulila. Sri Madhavinda Puri's devotional service. Chapter 4, Madhulila. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Madhavinda Puri, who was given a pot of sweet rice. Yeah. He was given a pot of sweet rice. Where's this? Rice stolen by Sri Gopinath, celebrated thereafter as Shirakura. Being pleased by Madhavinda Puri's love, Sri Gopal, the deity at Govardhan, appeared to the public vision. Being pleased by Sri Madhavinda Puri's love, Sri Gopal, the deity, appeared at Govardhan, appeared to the public vision. All glories to Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu, and all glories to Lord Nityananda Prabhu, and all glories to Advaita Prabhu, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. The Lord went to Jagannath Puri and visited the Jagannath temple. He also met with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. All these pastimes have been very elaborately explained by Vrindavan Das Thakur in his book Chaitanya Bhagavat. By the nature of all the activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by nature, all the activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are very wonderful and sweet. And when they are described by Vrindavan Das Thakur, they become like a shower of nectar. Therefore, I very humbly submit that since these incidents have already been nicely described by Vrindavan Das Thakur, I would be very proud to repeat the same thing. And this would not be very good. I do not have such powers. I am therefore presenting only a synopsis of those events already described elaborately by Vrindavan Das Thakur in his Chaitanya Mangal, now known as Chaitanya Bhagavat. Some of the incidences he did not describe elaborately, but only summarized, and these I shall try to describe in this book. I thus offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Vrindavan Das Thakur. I hope that I will not offend his lotus feet by this action. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proceeded toward Lord Jagannath Puri with 4 of his devotees, and he chanted the holy name of the Lord, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, with great eagerness. Each day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally went to a village and collected a great quantity of rice and other grains for the preparation of prasadam. There were many rivers on the way, and at each river there was a tax collector. The tax collectors did not hinder the Lord, however, and he showed them mercy. Finally, he reached the village of Ramuna. The deity of Gopinath in the temple at Ramuna was very attractive. Lord Chaitanya visited the temple and offered his obeisances with great devotion. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered his obeisances at the lotus feet of the Gopinath deity, the helmet of flowers on the head of Gopinath fell down and landed on the head of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ah, when the helmet when the deity's helmet fell upon his head, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very pleased, and thus he chanted and danced in various ways with his devotees. All the servants of the deity were struck with wonder due to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's intense love, his exquisite beauty, and his transcendental qualities. Because of their love for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they served him in many ways, and that night the Lord stayed at the temple of Gopinath. The Lord remained there because he was very eager to receive the remnants of sweet rice offered to the Gopinath deity. Having heard a narration from his spiritual master, Ishvarapuri, of what had once happened there. The deity was known widely as Shira Kora Gopinath, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told his devotees the story of how the deity became so famous. Formerly, the deity had stolen a pot of sweet rice for Madhavendra Puri. Therefore, he became famous. Therefore, he became very famous as the Lord who stole the sweet rice. Once Sri Madhavendra Puri traveled to Vrindavan, where he came upon the hill known as Govardhan. Madhavendra Puri was almost mad in his ecstasy of love of Godhead, and he did not know whether it was day or night. Sometimes he stood up, and sometimes he fell to the ground. He could not discriminate whether he was in a proper place or not. After circumambulating the hill, Madhavendra Puri went to Govinda Kund and took his bath, and then he sat beneath the tree to take his evening rest. While he was sitting beneath the tree, an unknown cowherd boy came with a pot of milk, placed it before. And placed it before Madhavendra Puri, and smiling addressed him as follows. O Madhavendra Puri, please drink the milk I have brought. Why don't you make some food to eat? What kind of meditation are you undergoing? When he saw the beauty of that boy, Madhavendra Puri became very satisfied. Hearing his sweet words, he forgot all hunger and thirst. Madhavendra Puri said, "Who are you? Where do you reside? And how do you know that I was fasting?" The boy replied, "Sir, I am a cowherd boy. I was." Sir. Oh, God. Sir, the coward boy. I reside in this village. In my village, no one fasts. In my village, no one fasts. In this village, a person can bake food from others and thus eat. Some people drink only milk, but if a person does not ask anyone for food, I supply him all his eatables. The women who come here to take water saw you, and they supplied me with this milk and sent me to you. The boy continued, I must go very soon to milk the cows, but I shall return and take back this milk. Saying this, the boy left the place. Indeed, he suddenly could not be seen any more, and Madhavendapuri's heart was filled with wonder. After drinking the milk, Madhavendapuri washed the pot and put it aside. He looked towards the path, but the boy never returned. Madhavendapuri could not sleep. He sat and chanted the Hare Krishna Maha mantra, and at the end of the night he dozed a little, and his external activities stopped. In a dream, Madhavendapuri saw the very same boy. The boy came before him and, holding his hand, took him to the bush in the jungle. The boy showed Madhavendapuri the bush and said, I reside in this bush, and because of this I suffer very much from severe cold, rain, showers, winds, and scorching heat. Yeah. So, this is a wonderful story, but also a metaphorical, and it shows, it explains the condition. The Lord is like He's like in a jungle in our own hearts, like sitting in a bush, a lot of overgrowth and weeds and jungle growth over that, and waiting to be liberated. And you see, he calls Madhavendapuri. See, Madhavendapuri, because of his love, Lord Gopinath, the Lord was very pleased with his ecstatic love. Matter of fact, that's the only thing that really pleases him the most is this ecstatic devotion. See, and because of that devotion, he was going to appear and deliver people. That's how it works. That's how when deliverance is here, he appears in the heart of a devotee and manifests his glory and his deliverance through that devotee. It's just how this is the style, the way the Lord works. He uses them as like a Shaktivesh, an empowered avatar, you know, his for him, his work in this world. Yeah. See, so he's engaging Madhavendapuri in delivering the world. Come, I'm situated in a bush. Please take me out. See, take me out of the jungle. Go in there with hackers and spades. See, they went in with hackers and spades. There's all this jungle to take the deity out. So this is like the progress in devotional service is that's why hackers and spades and plows and these kinds of tools are done in progressively freeing the souls from illusion. See, and that's why the rules and regulations are there. They're taught by Moses. Rules, regulations, and mandates and stuff like this is like the choppers and spades to try to get some of that growth off of the deity. Same Vaidhi Bhakti is the same thing. To choppers and spades go, yeah, into chop away some of the jungle growth. So these are all. This is why by the bona fide spiritual master is that kind of a devotee, and if you're ready to be delivered, they're going to deliver you the real Krishna, not just partial deliverance. Like partial deliverance is you. It's like Moses and Prabhupada just gives you, teaches you a lot of rules, regulations, uh, teach you a little bit about Krishna. Okay? But ultimately, you have to get this deliverance, and you have to be like Madhavinda Puri, where ecstatic devotion awakens in your heart. See, and then you can pay it forward even. You can actually help liberate others, assist in the Lord's work like that. Take choppers and spades and go and start this kind of work. Yeah. Huh. So in a dream, Madhavinda Puri saw the very same boy, and the boy came before him and holding his hands took him to the bush in the jungle. Yeah, and I reside in this bush, and because of this, I suffer very much from severe cold, rain, showers, and winds and scorching heat. See, that's the conditioned soul. That's our position because of there's all this jungle growth around our awakening. That we're actually spirit and we're servants of the transcendental Lord. Then we suffer in this material existence in the cycle of birth and death from severe cold, sometimes heat, cold, everything to do with the senses. It's not perfect here, it never will be. Even if you have a really comfortable situation, but, we all get old and we all get diseases and we end up dying. So the whole real point being in this world is to have our ecstatic love awakened, have our soul's relationship, which is very ecstatic, very rapturous, very blissful, tear-filled relationship with the supreme eternal truth. That's what they call God or Krishna or Lord Chaitanya. So not everybody knows who Krishna is. Like if I speak in terms of Krishna or Lord Chaitanya, a lot of people think, oh, that's sectarian. That's sectarian. But actually, not everybody knows. They can still love God and not know exactly who He is. That's why there's a verse in Bhagavatam in the 11th canto. Krishna taught Uddhava. He said, not all my devotees know exactly who I am, what I am, and how I exist. But if they worship me with unalloyed love, then they're the best of my devotees. So, because the Lord loves devotion and only really devotion, because it's love. Devotion is true love. Okay? Lust is love for the material bodies of others, and it's all temporary. It's all going to die. And all you do is lament. And sometimes people lament. They never give up their lamentation. They put memorials for dead people and stuff like that. Dead animals. And more always thinking about their dead animal, and it brings tears to their eyes and stuff. It's all illusion, man. That soul in the body of some animal or person and all that stuff. It's moved on. It has, and unless it's attached to that body or something. That's why they have ghosts. They get attached to the body, they hang around. But it's all illusion. The best thing you can do is free the person that's the ghost from attachment to their own body, and also free people in this world from attachment to these bodies that are gone. They're all, just to form a transformation of the earth. Nothing to be fallen in love with, man, excessively. See, Jade Bart, man, he fell in love with the deer, took care of it and everything, and he bonded with it. And it cost him some time. And then in his next life, he had to take a body of a deer because he was thinking of that at the time of death. He was so bonded and in love with the deer. A lot of people think I'm pretty harsh, talking like this, huh? Oh, that's just your problems out there, not my problem. This is what, if you come here, that's going to be the wonderful grace upon you, is you're going to feel more attached to the transcendental form of God, the real form of God, who God really is. Real devotion is going to awaken your heart and cut you free from loving matter, man. Loving stuff, loving money, loving bodies, material bodies, loving God. God is in that body. He's in the body of the people like that. See, when you begin to love God, that's who you're loving. Whenever you're loving anybody, you're loving God. See, love of Krishna. Yeah, I got sad. My friend, 38 years, died. Krishna showed me his next life in a dream. I was never sad again. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Lalita was also shown, that her parents were in better shape than they were in this life. So there's nothing to lament for. But, this is what we get. We get caught up, we get conditioned by this stuff. And that's why we need the association of devotees. And then everything becomes more and more free, more and more beautiful. And then you start to see what is real, what is truly real forever. It's not like you become indifferent uh, to people in the world or anything. No, you actually love them better in a better way, a more pure way, more free way. The love of the world is it's very controlling and restrictive and manipulative. It's not a good thing. I mean, so better to come and associate with devotees and taste the nectar of this higher, deeper love for who and what God really is. His spirit. He's spirit. We're spirit. In this association is all about to finish the work in Vaishnavism. If any Vaishnavas are interested, you can come here and have that spiritual rebirth, that born again experience, where your soul awakens and you become very increasingly attached to the transcendental form of God, Krishna. Okay? And it shows up being attached to his pastimes and a pass to his name, and it invokes that love in your own heart, which is the greatest. It's the greatest happiness. It's true love. The Lord lives on it. His devotees live on their love for each other. Yeah. See, I suffer very much for heat or cold, and you see. So if you look at the story, it's also metaphorical and esoteric because it shows you it's the devotee who develops ecstatic devotion, who is the savior, is the real guru. See, the Lord didn't ask just any ordinary devotee or to go and cut him free in the hearts of souls because it's like the Lord, the peace of the Lord is in everybody, and He's covered over, and He needs He needs the help of a pure devotee from the outside to help assist in deliverance of the conditioned souls, conditioned by all that jungle growth. Great, thank you there. Yeah. See, so this is conclusive. This is the pattern. This pattern shows over and over again. When your heart is purified and you worship the Lord with ecstatic love, He shows you all these amazing things. How He's trying to get these points across that you need a liberated soul You need their association. You need to develop faith in them, faith in their teachings, because they can only direct you properly. No one can direct you properly. They'll, even though they're good guys or good people, with good teachings. See, you need an acharya. You need a spiritual master. You need a real prophet used by God to deliver you. Especially when they're delivered, they got to deliver you the confidential teachings like this. Otherwise, you could be like Prabhupada was a liberated soul, Bhakti Siddhanta was a liberated soul, but what did they direct people to? Basically, Vaidhi Bhakti, rules, regulations, regulative devotional service. See, they directed them to the preliminaries. See, and now we're directing people to the advanced course where you actually finish this work in this world and you don't take birth again. You're free. See, because you develop love for Krishna in this body here. See, we take the jungle growth out here. See? So all real devotees, uh, they're the ones who deliver us. People, this is a great secret. If you think you're going to be delivered by a person that hasn't developed the kind of love that Madhavendra Puri had, you may get deliverance and liberation if the person is just a liberated person. But you need, if you're say I'm a Krishna devotee, you're coming to Krishna, Lord Caitanya. Well, that deliverance is becoming devoted to Krishna, having your ecstatic devotion awakened for Krishna. It has to happen in some lifetime to be delivered. I mean, permanently. Why not now? Why not now while we're here? If all the ducks are in the row, I got the order in 1996. I was worshiping in ecstasy, all with the tears and everything for many, many years before that. And then Prabhupada appeared and said, yeah, this has my approval. You're doing exactly what I want you to do. Do more of that. See, so we're here. People can finish their sojourn and not be, in their next life having to come back and have all this heat, this cold, excessive heat, excessive cold, diseases, pains, aches, old age. It's okay when you're young, right? Pretty much people young, they look like they feel like supermen. We're all young, we feel like, well, we're going to live forever. Yeah, but everything's mundane. You got like everywhere in the world, same thing, but like here, it's really exaggerated. You got all these women; they think it's physical beauty, which is the attractive feature of life. Yeah, they go and spend all their time to dress up and look sexy and everything to attract the conditioned soul. See, that's why if you have your own interest in mind, it's imperative to associate with devotees because they'll teach you how to awaken the spiritual body and dress that up and attract the supreme Lord instead of some guys in illusion anyway. You know, the ultimate attraction is to wake up your spiritual body and attract the supreme Lord. See, wake up your devotion to the Lord, and that is highly attractive. And that's how we get out of illusion. Otherwise, you can be very beautiful here. There's so many beautiful men and women. The bodies look, they spend all their time, probably so much of their time just trying to get beautiful. And that's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with working out and keeping the body healthy and all that. But when that's all you got, and it's life is about being adored. Life is about going to the beauty parlor and doing your nails, and then going out and letting all the men or look at your nails or pump an iron. So you have you walk on bare chested out here, and that's your big height. All the women look at you and they want to have sex with you. I mean, if that's your whole life, you're a useless eater. I'll tell you all the useless eaters. Those are useless eaters if that's all you do. I say all. I mean, you could work out. People could do yoga. You could go to the beauty parlor. You could do all those things, but you need to put time into this. See? Because then you'll see, oh, that's really superficial. Otherwise, you think it's deep. You think it's all in all. Having the association of devotees who are attracted to the name, the fame, and the pastimes of the Lord is the most valuable association you can have. It's an association everyone should join, isn't it? We got an association here. You know how people join groups and associations? Well, this is the most valuable association a conditioned soul in this Maya here can join, because here you'll learn all about reality. And there's deeply. We just cut to the chase. Don't no beating around the bush like, oh yeah, you just do rules or regulations for many, many lifetimes. And then we'll teach you these deep things. So in other words, that path you're going to have to suffer many, many lifetimes because that's all you got. It's not enough just to intellectually study these books here and just give a class, nice intellectual class. We got to see some tears, man. We got to see some relish for the pastimes of Krishna to the point of ecstasy, where the Lord awakens in your heart and you experience and you relish this spontaneous love of God because He's in your heart and He's relishing. And you realize, the Lord is giving me this gift to relish what He's relishing, and He's living so close to me. He's like right in my heart. I'm with Him. We share the same heart. Wow, now I know what the scriptures say. The devotee and the Lord share the same heart. I have that experience. Wow. See? And you can lead others to have that experience too. No one else. Because if they don't have such an intimate experience with God, that's called prema bhakti. That's the extreme intimacy of Vrindavan. Very, very few devotees know such intimacy. And that's given in this line, that level. It's called conjugal mellow. So I think I'll stop here because it's a little bit late, and also, yeah, it's enough talking for a while. Ooh. Okay, my friends, thank you, and we'll be back. Doesn't look like, you guys, if you get some realizations, it's good to write them down, here, so we can see. Because sometimes it gives me stuff to talk about too. Okay,